Namaste, a warm welcome to everyone. I am Kavya on behalf of Hasta team would be presenting on the industry analysis of Tata Motors Finance. You might be thinking this is another presentation for you, but it's not. Being a finance student and a person from finance background must be knowing about the facts and figures of the finance companies and must be having a knowledge about the financial data. Before I get started with the presentation, I would like to ask you to think about a scenario where you would be, after this COVID gets over, you would be traveling or you would be going to your office regularly and you would be moving from one place to another. If you are using a public transport, you would be wondering that if I would have a car of my own, that would be more easier for me and it would be more safer for me to travel. By the end of the day, if you come back home, if you find a car that is yours, you would be surprised, right? This is what Tata Motors does. It provides you the ease of buying a car and it makes the journey of buying a vehicle more easier and simpler for you. Now let's get started and let's see the journey of Tata Motors. It all began in 1984 where Tata Motors started giving the financial service to the public. In 2007, Tata Motors Finance Limited was renamed and incorporated wholly into Tata Motors Financial Limited, which used to be Tata Motors Finance Service Limited. In 2014, they have launched the user commercial vehicles. Now, what user commercial vehicles are all about? User commercial vehicles are the vehicles which are used to transport goods and products from one place to another. In 2015, it was acquired by Siba Private Limited and they had the 100% subsidies. In 2020, they have been rescheduling the term loans and the working capital. Now, before I tell you the Grantr Magic Quadrant, I would like to tell you about the non-banking financial companies. What non-banking financial companies do? Non-banking financial companies provide finance and the banking facilities to the public, which without meeting the legal definitions of bank, and these are under the banking regulations and which are under the Reserve Bank of India. They provide you loans, banking services, credit facilities, retirement, planning for any investment, and having a stock in money market. Other than that, if you would like to see the Tata Motors competitors, here are few of the competitors and the Grantr Magic Quadrant. If you can see, Volvo, Bajaj, Mahindra and Mahindra, then comes Shriram, Cholamandalam are few of the competitors of Tata Motors. If you can see the challengers, leaders, niche players and the visionaries, these are the part of Grantr Magic Quadrant. Challengers are those who have full authority and who dominate the smaller segment of finance companies, and basically challengers do not have a further plan, but present they would be leading the market and they would be the most dominating companies in the market. If you take Mahindra and Mahindra, this all began in 90s when it released its first vehicle, which was UVS tractors, and they have started giving finance from that time. The market capital of Mahindra and Mahindra is 75,164.52 crores, whereas the income is 15,572.2 crores. Mahindra and Mahindra are the most they have the most creditable market, and they provide the customers the most easier way, and they have their name and the name and the fame in the markets in such a way that it is easier for the customers to get finance through that company. If you see at the visionaries are those who derives or delivers an innovative product and addresses the customers by giving their innovative products. Volvo has been there around in 40 countries and it only provides for the Volvo customers internal and external. The market capital of Volvo is 8,717.728 crores, whereas the income is 9,603 crores. If we see the niche players such as Shriram, Bajaj, the Cholamandalam, and if we see Tata Motors is almost 26%, which has a 26% of market share. Now let's see what Tata Motors has to be doing in the further slides. Thank you, and I hand over this to Iftikhar.
Thank you, Kavya. So let's have a talk on its products and needs satisfied. So the company provides financing services in medium, heavy, small, light, and small, light commercial vehicles, and also they provide financing services for reused vehicles. Apart from all these loan solutions, they provide wholesale banking solutions such as financial advisory, growth financing, matching cash flow finance, structured financing, short-term financing for their suppliers and dealers of Tata Motors. Also, the company recommends specific plans according to the customer's needs and provide customized loan options. So, to know what all needs has been satisfied by the company from their products, they have a special section in their website called "What our customers have to say about the products." So, the customers have said that they have fulfilled the dream of many customers of owning a Tata Motor car by providing flexible interest rate and a wide spectrum of tenure. Also, it is the fastest and most convenient finance for Tata vehicles in the country. There is a transparency in their loan process. The process is very fast, flexible, and hassle-free due to its customized loan option. Tata Motor Finance also have an application called Customer One for their customer. It helps them to pay their EMIs online and to avail new offers. Soon, this app will also provide the options of starting a loan process by staying at home. Current state. Let's talk about the current state of the Tata Motors. So, TMFL as an integral part of India's most trustworthy brand name called Tata Motors. CEO is S. Samrat Gupta. Current number of employees is who called them a wolf pack is 2000 to 2200, and also it enjoys 26% of the market share of Tata Motors. I would like to draw your attention on an article published on 13th May of 2020, which says that only due to this COVID-19 lockdown, only 15% of 25 lakh commercial vehicles are flying across India. No flight demand, idle fleet, and high operating cost made the business very unviable. It is very much difficult for the company to operate in this situation. Also, automobile finance industry players feel that financiers and also the financiers have left with no other option to take back the vehicle. Industries estimate that 50,000 trucks has been repossessed by the financiers and NBFCs. So it is not a good sign for the financing industry. But players like Tata Motors Finance have started exploring options such as bill discounting, rescheduling of term loans, private equity funding, working capital solutions, and lease options to such fleet operators. In an article released on 18th May from in Economic Times, state that Tata Motors is offering easy financing service option, special benefit for the doctors and policemen under this package with features such as affordable EMIs with long tenure loans and special offers from our frontline warriors in this pandemic situation. Also, on its entire range of cars and sport utility vehicles, the company is offering 100% of on-road funding. So it is a very good step by the Tata Motors for our frontline warriors. So to understand the current state better, let's have a comparison of let's have a financial comparison of the Tata Motors of financial year 2018 and 2019. In financial year 2018-19, the company stated a net profit of rupees 204 crore on a total income of 3,248 crore, and in financial year 2018 the net profit is 272 crore on a net total income of 2,444 crore, which shows a decline of 24.97% in total income and 33% in net profit. So it is not good sign for our Tata Motors. But apart from this, we can say that there is an increase in total asset by 4.38%, and also it shows a increase by 34% in their net worth. So the company's net worth is increasing. Apart from there is a decline in the total income. The company's asset showed signs of improvement. The gross and net NPS of 2.92% and 1.52% respectively on March 31st, 2019. Whereas I would like to mention an important point, that is that TML has infused rupees 300 crore equity in TMFL through TMFHL in fourth quarter of financial year 2019. So in 2018 the net profit margin came out to be 12.1% as compared to 6.8% in 2019. So the net profit margin has very much is almost half now. So the Tata Motors have to take very serious steps to cope up back in the current situation. Thank you.